We're live streaming on YouTube. Thank you for tuning in there on YouTube. And thank you, Russell Stroud, for helping me out with YouTube. And we are live streaming on Facebook as well. And I am Cindy, and it is Cindy's choice to make a positive impact in our community. It is Cindy's choice to be brave and make a difference. So excited to have such a great guest here today who's demonstrated that very well in our community. Mr. Emerson has joined me here today. Hey, Emerson, thanks for hanging with me for the whole hour.
Well, thank you.
Quick shout out, Chicken Salad Chick. And Emerson, you visited Chicken Salad Chick before.
It's a great place to eat. I'd recommend it to anybody.
Exactly. 12 varieties of chicken salad sandwiches. There's the turkey pesto. There's pimento cheese, spicy BLTs. It's not just chicken salad. There's lots of healthy
something for everybody.
Exactly. You said it. Something for everybody. Cindy's choice for a great catering option is Chicken Salad Chick. Chicken Salad Chick, Chattanooga.com. Chicken Salad Chick, Chattanooga.com. And now Cindy's choice for a great guest is Emerson Russell. And we're going to continue our conversation. And we kind of focused on a lot of the business story. But now I want to focus on what I like to utilize this platform for. When I have a guest on here, it is someone that's contributing to our community. It's someone that understands about service and sacrifice. And Emerson Russell demonstrates that very well. And I'd heard about him again before I'd ever met him. And it wasn't just about his success as a businessman. I was hearing more about how much you do give back, how much you do contribute and care about your community. So let's talk to that a little bit. I know that you're especially fond of one of the boards that you serve on, of one of the causes, and it brought me to tears. I wasn't aware of this cause. I was aware of the cause. I wasn't aware of this foundation, but it's the Hunter Worley Foundation.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that.
It's a foundation where when kids pass away and the families can't financially afford to bury the kids, we step in and help the family put closure to it by burying the kids.
That is such an incredible cause to serve and support. And what I call that is front lines work. That's getting in the trenches when to be able to deal with that kind of yikes. I can't think of trauma that a family's going through, and to step in and help. And that's like when I was telling you about how I helped with the Irma evacuees, and I pulled over to the rest area, and these people are in the middle of such pain and grief, and they don't know where to go. And
it's sad.
It's so sad, but it takes really brave people to deal on the front lines. And so I admire everyone that's involved in that foundation, the Hunter Worley Foundation, for such a wonderful cause.
We've assisted 22 families to date this year.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Wow. So that's incredible. And so please don't be shy about when there's a fundraiser or something like that I can spotlight on behalf of that foundation, especially if it's an outdoor event, because I do host the Nooga Radio Outdoor Show on Friday evenings. So when a nonprofit is having a 5K or a 10K or that, I like to have them on, and because that encourages people to get outside. Well, that's what I want to do. Get out, get active, get outside, and get involved and support a great cause while you're doing it. So I love that kind of opportunity. So where else? What are some other passions of yours as far as foundations that you serve on? I know, like you've been providing some of your venues for some nonprofits and so forth like that I'm familiar with. But what's some other boards that you're serving on or have served on?
I serve on the Salvation Army's board. I've been on numerous boards, Southeastern Legal Foundation. We're very involved with that.
How did you get on the Kiwanis Club radar?
Well, years ago, I don't know, but years ago, I was also very involved with the Kiwanis and the Satoma Club. I helped build both of those units in East Ridge many years ago.
Well, there you go. It makes sense why Russell has been recognized, and there'll be an event here soon where he'll be recognized as a distinguished, what is the exact title of it? A distinguished
citizen award for Catoosa County.
Wow, that's awesome. So congratulations on that for your service to a community that I'm sure, like I said, Chattanooga by choice here. We originally came here in 88, right before the major transformation. Hang gliding is what we were. Well, the economy had tanked in Texas, so we were following work out here. But the hang gliding and just the beautiful area, the mountains and the rivers and all that just attracted us to stay. And we ended up buying our first house, having both our babies here.
Can't bet it.
So thank you, because when I came back the second time, I saw a lot of progress. And then this time I was like, wow, look at Chattanooga. It's just so awesome to see what's happening here. And what I love about Chattanooga is it's still a small town. I know it's growing fast, but as someone coming from these big metro areas like Houston and Dallas, it still has a great small town vibe, even though it's like just busting out of the seams right now. It's just awesome.
Well, the beauty of Chattanooga is if you don't know them, you know somebody that does know them.
I love that. That all the time. 2 degrees of separation, and I recognize it all the time. You're just you're one person away from knowing everybody. So tell me, also, you were recognized back in 2016 as the Chattanooga's Top Manager. What an amazing honor that is! And what I love is it's not just an impact you're making here. This is you're in 38 different states, or ERMC is in 38 different states. So your managerial style is not just benefiting here in Chattanooga. There's happy employees in 38 different states. That's amazing.
We've also been recognized in Dallas numerous times for our involvement with entrepreneurs, more especially with managers and people that couldn't afford to be in business. We helped them get their businesses started and work very close with them.
I recognize
minority groups
more all the time. Why I've heard over the last year and a half since I started getting out there and creating awareness and earning the trust and the respect of the community, that constantly I've heard you need to meet Emerson Russell. You need to meet Emerson Russell because it's the same goals. I'm tremendously passionate about entrepreneurship. Statistics for entrepreneurs are not good. This is crazy, but over 80% of entrepreneurs of businesses do not make it over 5 years. And 40% of businesses make a profit, 30% break even, 30% lose money. And I'm considered a successful entrepreneur because I've always been able to start things and make a living, but I was always that break even girl. It's like, I can get things going. I can get my crews paid. I can get my expenses covered and squeak out a living. But really growing a business is a tremendous challenge. And if you don't have all the different areas of focus, if you're not good managerial, good with your employees, if you're not good at building relationships, if you don't have integrity, if you don't have the experience, if you haven't really gotten out there and worked a business, from the roots up, then you're not going to be successful in most cases.
Well, that's very true. And I contribute all of my success to my employees, because without those employees, I couldn't do a third. I couldn't even do 100th of what I do. And it's because I've got real good employees that are loyal, dedicated, know their job. They do their job. You don't have to hold their hand, and they're out there doing it day in, day out. I've got employees been with me over 30 years, 33, 34 years. And I, when I built this new office, I set it up to where that, like you said, employees could bring their kids to work with them. I've always allowed my employees to bring their kids, but they would have to stay in their office. And so in the new office, we set up the area for the kids.
A really nice play area. It's really nice.
And it's like at Hamilton Place. We got the play area at Hamilton Place, and we share that with Siskins. And I'm very involved with the Siskins Children Institute. And, I'm a firm believer, a lot of those employees that brought their kids to work for us, a lot of those kids now work for us today.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I love hearing that. That's an incredible story. Well, and I love that you'd shared a little bit about your managerial style, and that I think one of the toughest transition when you're a hands-on person, like I am, and like so many managers are, or owners are, when you get to that window where you really do have to start letting go, and those owners that can't let go are not going to attract people. They're going to attract more people that can't let go. But what you've done by, you shared a story with me where someone kind of helped you recognize that, and you stepped off the, what was the machine?
A riding scrubber.
Yeah, that you stepped off the riding scrubber because you realized that you needed to manage.
That's right.
And now you attract more managers, because that's key. You attract what you are. And that says what you just said about your business and how you take care of the employees and the type of managers that you attract is strong reflection on you.
Well, the thing of it is, we're in an industry that the employees don't make a whole lot of money. Unfortunately, because your customers only have X number of dollars that they can afford to spend. So therefore, you can only pay market rates or whatever in those areas to attract employees. So you got to look at how can I attract these employees and keep these employees rather than just churning the employees, a complete turnover continuously. So you got to recognize that when you're in business, there's three main things in business that you got to remember. One is you got to take care of the customer. That's the most important thing. Second most important thing is you got to take care of those employees.
Yes. Yes.
And third is you got to run your business in a professional manner and make sure that you've got all of your books audited, financials, et cetera, to where that when you do need to borrow money, you can go to the bank and you've got the proper information to give them.
Right. It's not just about those personal networking relationships, but it's about those professional relationships as well.
That's correct.
And that's what I said when I shared those statistics. 40% of businesses are profitable, 30% break even, 30% are losing money, and that's probably one of the key things. That well, there's so many things that contribute. I mean, affording marketing is huge. Attracting the right employees is huge. But then also understanding how to manage that to build capital so you can grow. And that a lot comes from being able to borrow. And so that's key advice.
One thing that I have seen with a lot of companies over the years is they don't report all of the income. If they've got cash coming in, they don't report the income. Trying to save a few dollars on the taxes winds up costing them money in the long run, because now they can't go to the bank and prove that they're making $100 or $150 or $200,000. They're showing they're making $40,000. So they're cheating themselves. They're not cheating. They're cheating the government also, but the worst person they're hurting is their own self.
Exactly.
You get by with it maybe today, but at some point it's going to cost you. So the best thing to do is report all your income, make sure that you're doing what's right, and do what you say that you're going to do. And
a lot of that, it comes from a fear-based, desperate mentality, and you can't go into business without the confidence of, and that's why I say Cindy's choice is to be brave and make a difference. None of our virtues, nothing holds up without courage. Right. And if you're going to be an entrepreneur, you better be brave, because there are going to be challenges. There are going to be lots of things that come against you and tempt you to not uphold your virtues, to not have the integrity that you need to have. And if you fail those tests of integrity, you're not going to make it. You might start making money, but you're not going to have the true success that you can have if you're brave. Right. If you're a brave entrepreneur. So that's a lot what I want to encourage is it's not easy. I'm never going to make it sound like it's easy. That's why the be brave thing is important. And that's why I'm so blessed to have a platform with people that can encourage, that demonstrate success, and that did it the right way.
Well, a lot of companies fail because they don't put a good plan together up front, and they're not properly capitalized going into the business. So then they start taking shortcuts. Next thing you know, their customers are upset because they're not fulfilling their responsibilities.
Exactly. And that's a lot why I shared my story with you of how I was a commercial contractor in Houston, Texas. And I'm not a technical GC. I can't go look at a plumber's work or an HVAC guy's work and tell you that they did their job correctly.
No, but you hired the right people to make sure that it got done. And that was the right way to go about it.
And businesses knew they could trust me. I knew I could trust my subs. They knew they could trust me. And my clients knew they could trust me to get it done. Then they would even refer me and say, Cindy's not the expert, but she has the right guys and she'll get it done.
Yeah.
So it's the integrity is everything. And that was one I've had to start businesses without capital. But again, you can start things without capital, but it's really hard to grow without it. That I would hit a ceiling because I could only handle a few jobs with a few good contractors. And you kind of exhaust yourself at some point if you can't get above that ceiling. It's just like living hand to mouth personally. Something's going to come in sideways at one point and the rug will be pulled out from under you.
That's
so
true.
It's really challenging and difficult. And that's why it's good to plug into lots of support, hear from lots of people that have experienced success and done it the right way, and surround yourself with those people as well. I'm very active in the Chamber of Commerce, and that's my way. One of my ways of serving. I serve on 2 different council boards. I'm an ambassador for the Chamber, and the Chamber is about economic development in our looking out for businesses and protecting businesses in our city. So you've got to go in with that kind of attitude of who can I help, and that's what I've done with the Chamber. Is gone in there, and I'm going to be spotlighting Christy Gillenwater, our new CEO, soon. And I really like to spotlight those types of organizations that you need that support. You need to be around other people with the same goals and the same mission as you are on.
That's correct.
And I'm sure those, like you said, you attract people like yourself. So that's a lot of why Emerson Russell has been successful because he's demonstrated what he wants to attract. To have 8,800?
There's a little over 8,800 employees in the company today.
That's just amazing. And forgive me for just bragging on the over 5,000. I didn't find out there were 8,800 until yesterday, I think. But again, this is the Cindy's Choice Show. I'm visiting with Emerson Russell of ERMC and the Car Express. And there's more. What else have you been involved with, Emerson?
Well, I do a lot of construction.
Yeah, that's right. And you've got residential developments.
Residential and commercial.
There you go.
We have built several subdivisions around the Chattanooga, North Georgia area, and built the Hampton Inn down on Battlefield Parkway, and Farm to Fork restaurant. And
been hearing a lot about Farm to Fork.
And I've got a new hotel. We plan to be open August the 1st, Spring Hill Suites, which is a Marriott product, right next door to the Hampton Inn there on 2A. So we're very involved, and I've built other restaurants and stuff around East Ridge, and very active in the East Ridge community, and also Coosa County. I stay very involved with all of the commissioners and people. And, one thing that all entrepreneurs need to remember, it's not a matter of just taking, what can I get out of it? It's a matter of, if you give enough, you'll get enough back.
That's how it works. That is exactly how it works. You mentioned the Siskin Foundation. I went to the Possibilities Luncheon the other day. Will Reeves spoke, and Christopher Reeves' son. And that's what I took away from it. He said that his parents taught him, give back more, give more than you take. Give more than you take.
Absolutely.
It is that simple. It's that simple. And oh my goodness, we are running out of town. We're not running out of, we're not running out of town. We're running out of time. This has been an awesome show. I want to thank you again, Emerson, for coming and joining me. I want you to say right here on air that you'll come back and visit with us again.
Absolutely.
And I want to come visit you at your big event next Saturday. Tell me who's going to be there. The NASCAR guy.
Mark Martin
at their big event. He's selling a bunch of cars at wholesale at Car Express next Saturday. Thank you again, Emerson. Thank you, listeners, for tuning in. That's a wrap.